Right then. I've headed back. Oh, hello ducks. Thank you for your feathers. I've headed back. Oh, looks like a pig's still stuck. Hang on a second. Let me free the trapped pig. Oh. The pork's down there now. I suppose it's not a big deal to go and get it. Wait, bear with me a second. So yes, I'm Melek and welcome to part 35 of my Let's Play Minecraft. God, this is a strong current. Let's play Minecraft Season 2. And what I'm going to do now, since I need a lot more cobble for my tower in the Aether, I'm going to, well, do a bit of branch mining. Now yes, I could just do sort of normal mining and use that as a way to get all the cobble I need, but I also could do with some raw materials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build downwards, do a bit of branch mining. Oh yes, I was going to try bone meal, wasn't I? And see if that gives me anything. Any success with these things? Well, it's being absorbed by them now. Disappointing. You see, these trees grew with no space whatsoever. And I assume, perhaps wrongly, oh, I did use an awful lot of bone meal on those ones though. Maybe. Don't know. Okay, I will have a look at this later. I'm guessing I just got unlucky. Right. I'm going to head down. I'm just thinking what the best way of doing this would be. I can hear werewolves. That's not the best thing in the world. Right, I'm going to dig down straight away here and get down as deep as I possibly can. What I'm going to need first is a load of pickaxes and... Stop that! Bloody werewolves. A load of pickaxes, spades, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go and get those, and then I'm going to start digging my staircase down toward the bedrock, and we can see if we can get some good resources, diamonds, that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to seal that up and go and get some supplies for my long dig. Right then, all sorted. Now I can dig to my heart's content. I'm just going to get rid of a few, because I got a lot of iron spades from werewolves actually. I think they were werewolves that I got them from, let me think. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that they were. I'm going to use... Bloody werewolves. Just listen to them. What are they doing? In fact, actually no, I don't potentially want to know. So yeah, a nice... Oh, okay. I suppose my gold sword would have come in handy about now, wouldn't it? Well, I guess it's just gonna have to... Come on. Well, fighting around the corner seems to be working reasonably well. Wow, these guys take a lot of punishment. Can't use my dart blowpipe thing. Oh, where's my golden swords? I left them all behind. Honestly, sometimes I do wonder about whether I'm really bright or not. I don't think I am. Sometimes I do some very, very silly things. Oh, poor thing, no wonder it was angry. Oh, it was sealed away in this completely enclosed cave. I feel sorry for it now, actually. What it was trying to do is escape. It probably wasn't even trying to hurt me. It's like, oh my god, Thank goodness! Freedom! And then I skewered it with a sword. A little bit heartless, wasn't it? Ooh! I don't know how I missed that. Bit of gold. Awesome. Now, what I've got is no iron pickaxe, which basically is just yet another demonstration of my lack of organisation. However, I do believe that I'm about the right sort of level. Because the moment you start getting gold, you're at about the right level. A little bit lower. I think an even better way of judging it is when you get lots of lapis. That tends to be another good indicator as well. But we shall keep going. Missed another bit of iron as well. Now what I am going to do is very quickly build a workbench. Dig out a small little area around here. And just make a small little area just to do a little bit of work in. And also, which would be useful, a little area to run a furnace. Do that. Do that. It's not the most efficient way of getting an iron pick, but it will do, especially since I have gold, which... coal. Oh, you know what, I think it's just too early in the morning for me. Mornings, normally I'm quite good with mornings, but you know, sometimes you haven't got it. You haven't got it in you to be sprightly and full of energy in the morning. You know what it's like. Even at my age. Right. Right, now I have an appropriate pick. I'm going to make a couple of stone picks because it's just... I prefer to not waste iron on mindless and endless digging. And that's pretty much it. Now I can get this gold dug away. And finally, one chest positioned just there, and I can chuck all the stuff that I've gotten so far. And since none of those dart shooters work with those darts, chuck all that in there. I'm going to chuck this almost broken sword, and that. Gravel, yeah. That's about right. Now, you might wonder why I've got buckets with me. The reason why I've got buckets? Well, because at the end of the day, I'm going to find lava. I just know I will. You know, I'm digging around at this depth. Lava is one of those things, especially when you're branch mining, you will find lava. And as much as you can seal it away with cobble, which I will be doing, and dirt and gravel and all that, sometimes it's just easier to just bucket it away. Grab it with a bucket, keep on clicking, click, 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 and you actually end up taking and absorbing all of the horrible, horrible lava. That's the theory, anyway. Let's keep digging for a bit. Oh, look at that. We have bedrock. So, we need to count. It's really, the area where diamond is most prevalent is about 5 above the very bottom bedrock. So I need to sort of find where the bottom bedrock is. Which... Look at that, that is deep. So I need to start counting up. And as I say, it's between about 5 and 15, I suppose, really, is where diamond is most common. So really, digging 5 above this top bedrock's probably going to be about right. Okay, now, there's lots of different techniques for doing this. Different people prefer certain methods. One of the methods that I've seen and developed, I'm just making an open area for me to work in, is where you dig long tunnels that have 3 solid blocks between them. Now the reason why I have 3 means that there is a middle block. If I carry on digging a bit, so you've got redstone, that's always a good sign. Redstone is basically, it appears exactly the same level as diamond. So if you see redstone, then you know that there's a chance that there is diamond around that sort of level. Okay. So we've got 2 tunnels here. Now what I generally do is dig another tunnel parallel to that one, but exactly 3 solid blocks between them. Basically like that. So you can see all the blocks as you dig down this direction. You'll see all of those blocks in that line to see if they're diamond, and all the ones on the other side. Now you might think, oh hang on a second, you won't see any diamonds that appear here. Well, there's 2 things to say about that. The first thing is that the probability of a single or a double diamond block appearing down this middle bit here as you're digging these 2 parallel tunnels is quite slim. You will probably find part of it on one of these open walls. The other thing as well is that on the next level up, will start digging tunnels exactly opposite to these. And I will show you that now. I'm just judging things. Right, I will start digging a tunnel there, which means I will see anything that's below me as well, and you can do the same below there as well. So if you have your tunnels working like that, you should, in theory, not miss a thing. Now, obviously there's always a chance that you might miss the odd block, but I don't think that there's much of a chance of missing anything, to be honest. It's a pretty solid way of doing it. And really, at that point, it just becomes a very boring, very monotonous, potentially dangerous when you come across the lava kind of activity. Especially annoying when you come across things that are not stone. And yeah, you just keep digging. As boring as that may be, it is the way to do it. So yeah, see you soon. Oh my goodness. Finally. Now, when you do find your diamond, be careful. One good tactic, and you'll possibly see why one day, but one good tactic is to dig around it. Now the reason why you would do this is to make sure that there's no lava. You see, it's happened to me, and I'm sure many of you it's happened to as well. You'll dig away the diamond, and guess what is immediately below it? Lava. And when you dig away the diamond and it falls in the lava and disappears, you'll scream and be unhappy. So it's always worth, even if it takes a while. Now I've just run out of the old iron picks. But when you've learnt that lesson, it will stay with you. So I do the whole let's dig everything away, so I know that there's nothing going to destroy my precious diamond. Have I just gone... Have I missed the exit? I can't remember now where it is. Here we go. Now you'll eventually, quite quickly like I have done, start using iron picks. Not because the iron picks are less valuable, because they're not, they're very valuable, but you will start doing it because you're finding so much iron that it's practically a waste of your time to actually use a stone pick. You know, you will actually make more progress despite the fact that you're using up the precious iron by doing it that way. It's really personal preference. You know, if you actually don't find it incredibly tedious and boring, then go for it. You know, you go use your stone, because at the end of the day, you know, it's your technique. You will sort of settle on a technique yourself as to what you actually find to be I don't know, what you're happy with doing, what you find least boring, because at the end of the day, this is boring. You know, this is not something that's interesting. Oh, it's brilliant, it's got its highs, you know, when you actually find the diamond, that's brilliant, but on the whole, it's yeah, it's tedious. It really can be quite tedious. So yeah, I'm gonna leave. Actually, that's pretty much done now. But the other important thing to remember as well is that whenever you do find your precious diamond and you've got some on you, don't keep mining. Yes, it may be a little bit time consuming to keep heading back, and seriously, you will regret it, because you will be happily mining, you'll be doing your thing, it'll all be going well, you'll hit some lava, you'll panic and you'll die and you'll lose all your diamonds. By chucking them in a chest, you know, you're removing that risk almost entirely, and you'd be a fool, an absolute fool, not to spend that little bit of time just to go back to a chest and do it. Seriously, I mean, I can't stress it enough. It'll drive you bananas. It's gonna expand. No, Malek. Not quite right. There we go. So yeah, be safe and don't muck it about. Don't muck it up. Don't risk those diamonds. Seriously, it'll drive you spare if you ever lose them. The other thing I'm doing as well is I've replaced my ambrosium torches, because I was using them, and as much as they're as good as normal torches, since I can't use regular torches in the Aether, I figure it's going to be saving my ambrosium if I actually start using those. So that's why I'm using them. Just dig these away. There we go. Oh, onward. So, 4 diamonds. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's a good start. Oh, we have some sort of illuminated cave. Ooh. Hello, lava. How are you? Oh, you're doing well. Excellent. Well, I'll leave you to it, because I have no interest in disturbing you. Bit of lapis lazuli. Oh, look at that. Okay. This is where gravel really comes into its own. In that particular case, it wasn't a very good example of gravel really coming into its own. But you drop gravel into lava, it will sink down to the bottom, and you can keep dumping it in until eventually it stops sinking, and then you know that you've created a barrier. In this particular case, it's not actually been a very good demonstration of the value of gravel, but the fact that it falls through lava, through water, obviously through air. That is one of gravel's most useful traits. Of course you can use sand and things like that. Whoa. Okay, I'm not 100% sure why I didn't die horribly then, but I'm not gonna complain. Okay, I think that there's just a little bit too much in the way of lava in this direction. Sometimes, since you don't know where the diamonds are, sometimes it's just as easy deciding to dig in a different direction. Oh, missed a bit of iron there before. Seriously, sometimes, you know, I mean, I have to admit, my technique with lava is not great. You know, I'll be the first to admit that. I'm not a lava expert. Certainly by the fact that I should have caught fire twice then and haven't. I think it must be something to do with the Zanite, perhaps. Either way, I'm happy. Not being set on fire is good. Always worth when you get a load of gravel to look up, because maybe you like coal, maybe you don't, who knows. But always be careful digging up, because if you do dig into lava, then obviously you're going to have an unhappy day. Okay, the interesting thing I found, and this must have been a relatively recent update that this happened, but you can't drop lava from a bucket into an area that already has lava in it. Well, you can drop it like there, but I can't drop it into there. Now, you used to be able to just drop lava straight onto another block of lava, and basically you'd spam the right mouse button and you'd end up eventually removing all of the lava. But at the moment that's not working. So something at some point has changed to make it so that you can't do that, which I have to admit is thoroughly disappointing. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Anyway, I'm going to give up on this tunnel. Okay, right. Found a few more diamonds, and now I've just found a lava cave with lots of darkness. So I'm going to follow my own advice, which, to be perfectly honest, I don't always do, and dump all the valuables that I've gathered into the chest, like so. They've got quite a lot of stuff now. It's quite good. I'm going to take another 8 iron, chuck it in there, get some of that coal, chuck it in there. Sort of could probably do with just a few more torches. That'll do for now. And if it looks like I'm going to need more, I'll come back. But I'm a little wary now. My armour is knackered. I've run out of food. Oh. Well, that was suitably anticlimactic. Well, it's not much magma. Always be careful digging up. Always be careful. Well. Ooh. So we've got quite a few little caverns. I'm going to have to explore this area later. But I think the main thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to head back for now. I'm actually going to cover up this because I'm just going to get myself killed if I'm not careful. Put a couple of torches about and just remember this little place here. Very nice. I'm going to seal it up so nothing can get through. Actually, that... Yeah, spiders can't get through a narrow tunnel. There we go. Okay, right. That's it for now. I've not done too badly on this little trip. I mean, as you can see, I've spaced it out a little bit more now, so you can actually see, you know, I've got a tunnel down there, 3 blocks, tunnel down there, 3 blocks, tunnel down there, and then directly above those 3 wide, I've got another tunnel. So that should catch everything. Another tunnel. Same here. I started on a tunnel here. Didn't really dig that much on that yet, but that'll come. So yeah, I'm getting my branch mining thing sorted. And so far, 8 diamonds, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I'm going to make a sword. Oh, get my armor sorted, which would also be very nice. And yeah, things are starting to look up. I have to say, things are starting to really look up. So until next time, everybody, I will do a little bit more digging, but until then, cheerio.